Good morning, Cindy. Thank you for joining me. I don't know who else, if anybody else is out there. I'm glad you came. As the title tells you, I got 16 more working days now, which is 4 more weeks. And what is it? 65 days till I leave for the Philippines. So we're getting close. Getting excited, especially about my retirement. Uh, I really, I am starting to get excited about my retirement, and a little nervous about my leaving, only because of the simple fact that I'm not completely prepared yet, and that I mean uh, I haven't got all my stuff together. I got one suitcase packed. I'm going to unpack it a little bit and repack it because it's a little heavier than I like. Because I'm the one that's got to carry it. Now it's not too heavy for the airlines, but I'm a little older and not near as strong as I used to be when I was younger. So so I am taking three uh, pieces of luggage with me, two check throughs, and a carry on. So I'm going to repack the one probably tonight a little bit. I got to start doing this kind of stuff. I won't get the other one completely packed, but I will pack some stuff into it. Um, and I'm going to take some stuff out of the other one to make it lighter. And I'll put it into this one. So I'll spread the weight out a little bit. I'll be well under, with both suitcases, I'll be well under the limit. Like I said, because I'm the one that's got to handle them. So I just want to make sure I can handle them, that I can lift them if I need to. Uh, all the two check throughs, I don't know if I have to lift them, or may just have to lift them up onto the scale, which I could do that, but I don't want it too heavy. I'd rather be light than overweight because they either make you get rid of stuff or make you repack it, or you have to pay extra uh, to do it. So I just prefer not to do that. But I don't know if you're still here, Cindy, but we'll wait and see who all shows up. It's just now 8 o'clock. So it's been a decent day today. Been cold. I didn't have left the apartment. But I have done some chores around the apartment. I got more to do. Like I said, this is my first day off for my weekend. Uh, haven't done my laundry yet. I'll probably do that either tomorrow or Monday. Uh, I got to decide on my license. Maybe Monday I'll get a hold of the motorcycle school and see how long it would take to get the motorcycle endorsement. Uh, I know that about the time limit, but can I get it in and get it done and then get my new license with it on it? And how much is it going to cost me? Because you got to pay for it before you go through it, which I can do that. But if it's going to cost a lot of money, I'll probably just wait because I don't know if I want to need it. I know why I'm in Cebu. I will not rent a motorcycle. I have no desire to try to ride a motorcycle in Cebu at all. I know some people can't wait to do it, but I'd rather play safe. Uh, the only way I would rent a bike is if I go somewhere else. Hey, Danny, how you doing, man? If you want to come on up, there's the link. I know it's getting close for time for you to go. But as you can see, like I said, I got 16 more working days. I only work 4 days a week. So that means I got 4 more weeks to work. And I got 65 more days till I go to the Philippines. So everything's starting to count down. Like I said, I've load up one check through luggage. I'm going to redo it a little bit. It's right at 50 pounds. So I'm going to take some weight out of that, put it into the second one. And yeah, thank you. Like I said, I'm getting excited about my retirement. Starting to get a little nervous about going to the Philippines, but believe me, that won't last. That really won't hit until just about the time I leave. Um, Especially by the time I go back and visit my family in Indiana, then I come back here to New York and visit my family here in New York and my friends that live here in the Albany area. When that's when it really hit me about the time I'm ready to leave. Hey Jerry, how's it going, man? Yeah, almost done, man. Almost around the corner. You can almost see the light at the end of the tunnel. And they were supposed to give me an interview this week. Work. Well, they put it off till Tuesday, which is St. Patrick's Day. Hey, good thing to do. We'll see if they keep it. They're talking about, they were supposed to come in and ask me some questions, do an interview, and take some pictures this Tuesday, but they didn't do it. You're heading out on Monday. I knew your mom's going with you. Now, your uncle, if he goes, he's going to Guam, right? Now, I will be in Davao sometime. I don't know when, Danny. I'll let you know when I'm going. Like I said, I'm going to Cebu first. I got to get this taken care of. And some other things I got to get done. I got to go visit some people. Like I said, I want to go to Dumaguete. I want to go to Davao City. I want to go to Iloilo. A couple other places. I know a guy that lives right outside of Angeles City. So I'll go see him. There's somebody I know that doesn't live too far, I think, from Davao. Another vlogger. I'll go see her. As a matter of fact, when I go see her, I'll be going with another guy that is a follower of hers. He's got a condo, I believe, in IT Park in Cebu. So he's supposed to get there, I think, in June. We've already made arrangements. Now, not the exact date, but we've already agreed to meet for steaks. And then when he goes to see her, I'm going to go with him. And so, yeah. Yeah, Jerry, I understand there, Danny. That was a pretty tough trip on going to the Philippines with you and your mom, that last one. But I don't blame him. I mean, he and I are close to the same age, I think. I believe he's in his 70s, isn't he, Danny? But he's in a little rougher shape than I am. If I was in as rough shape as he was or is, I probably wouldn't go to the Philippines either. I'd probably just stay here, find a place to hunker down and get away from the cold. But so yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to. I want to give myself a year and a half or more to decide whether or not I want to stay in the Philippines. I'm looking at 6 months to a year in Cebu, although that'll be my home base, where I'll travel out of to check out the other places. So unless I really hate it, I'll stay at least 6 months, probably a year. And like I said, I'll check out Dumaguete. Hey, Jerry, give me a second. How you doing, Jerry?
We're here. Can you hear me with the audio?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because it's very windy.
Yeah, I can see the leaves blowing, but I don't hear the wind.
Okay, that's good.
All right, so he's about 10 years older than me, Danny. Okay. Yeah, like I said, the older you get, the tougher it is. Like I said, I'm 72. I'll be 73 later this year. And two of the main reasons I haven't gone before this, one of them was my mother was still alive till last March. She passed away last March, and at 99 years old. And two, I was very poor on planning for retirement. When I was younger, I never thought I'd live long enough to retire. I was a wild child. in that I lived my life as it came. I didn't worry about saving money. Um, you know, but I've actually outlived my father and both my brothers. My dad was the oldest of the three, and he lived to be 61. My older brother was only 36, I believe, maybe 37. I have to stop and figure it out. I want to say he was 30. I want to say 36 going on 37, but it could have been 37. I want to say 36 going on 37. My younger brother was 56. So, like I said, I've outlived all three of them. I've outlived almost all my uncles, but on my mom's side, her oldest brother lived to be around 92, 93. Her younger brother made it to almost 90. I think he was like 88, almost 90. Her dad lived to be about 92 or a little over. And her granddad, who I happen to be named after, he lived to be about 92, 93. So on my mom's side, there's quite a bit of longevity. My mom's mother's uncle, our brother, I can't remember which, he lived to be about 97, maybe 98, somewhere in there. And so, like I said, on my mom's side of the family, there's a lot of longevity. Now, my dad's mom, she did live to be about 88, but none of his brothers all lived to be in their 70s, I believe. Yeah, I agree, Danny. It is a blessing to get to live to be old age, but it's even a better blessing if you can live to be old age and still have fairly good health. And so right now, I still have fairly good health, and as long as I have my health, I want to be around as long as I can. I'm in no hurry to go anywhere. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Now you're heading out on a Monday, so am I when I go. I'm leaving on May 18th at 6 o'clock in the morning, U.S. time, European Eastern time, which would be 6 p.m. in the Philippines. I will arrive in the Philippines at about 10:05 Eastern time, which would be 10:05 at night in the Philippines on the 19th. So, hey, Tita Marie, thank you for coming. So, like I said, I am leaving on a Monday as well. I'll get there on a Tuesday. It's about 28 hours and 5 minutes, something like that. And that's counting layovers. Uh, I'm leaving from Albany. I'm going to Chicago. Then from Chicago to Montreal. From Montreal to Tokyo. And then from Tokyo to Cebu. I'll be flying directly into Cebu. And no, Cebu, Tita Marie. I'm going to land in Cebu. I'm going to avoid Manila for the international flight. I don't hear real good things about that airport, so I really don't want to deal with it. Now, when I'm moving around the Philippines, that's different. And when I go up to Manila, which I will eventually go to Manila, I probably will fly. So I'll have to fly into Manila. Either that or fly into Clark and take a bus or something to Manila, which is a possibility. Because I do want to go to Manila and visit. I want to go see the Venice Grand Canal. I do want to go see the World War II graveyard memorial, and I believe that's in Makati, but it could be BGC. I do want to see that there's one also right outside of Angeles. Hey, Tim, thanks for coming. And Jerry, Tim says hi.
Hey Tim, you can ask Tim how far is Daul, the bus terminal
Yeah.
from Clark. I don't remember.
Yeah. Now, hey, Tim, let's say I fly into Clark and I want to go to see Manila. How much of a bus ride would that be, or would it be better just to fly into Manila?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him how far is Daul, the bus terminal.
Yeah. But Cheetah agrees with me. Yeah, we tried to avoid NAIA. Manila is crazy. We're flying out of Cebu to Japan. Yeah, I booked the flight I booked because I expressly put in to fly into Cebu directly. Without going through Manila. And the main reason I picked Cebu over Clark is because, well, I'm going to be staying in Cebu. So it's better to fly right into
Yep.
Cebu instead of into Clark than to Cebu.
No
But
need
I'd have
to.
done that over going to Manila. I'm
Yeah.
going to be home.
No need to go to Manila and then book another flight. Just take the flight directly.
Yeah, but everything I hear about Manila is not a very good airport. Clark and Cebu
No.
are much better airports. And bus terminal in Dow is 15 minutes from the Clark Airport.
Oh, it's
Hey, we
close
got
by.
Danny coming up. Hey, Danny.
Hey, hey, how's it
Yeah.
going?
Not too bad.
Hey.
Now, you're retired now, right?
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what I thought. I saw the picture of your retirement party.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I'm retired from, you know, hitting the time clock and all that stuff.
Hey, Monroe, thanks for coming, man. But yeah, so now you're a younger man. You know, you're younger than I am. I don't even know. Are you even 62 yet?
No, I'm 56.
Okay, that's what I thought. So you got a few more years before you can get your Social Security, but you already got your house built and paid for
Right.
and all of that. So you got enough money along with everything else that's going on that you can survive till you get your Social Security.
Well, hopefully.
Well, you know what happens if you can't? You're
Yeah,
back to the state. You're back to the state to the salt mines.
right.
Uh,
You know, I keep teasing Irene. I keep saying, yeah, if I run out of money, I guess I'll be standing on the, at the corner at one of the stoplights selling bananas or hats or something like that,
Yeah.
or peanuts.
Well, like I said, if I run out of money, I'll come back and live in some southern state, Florida, Texas, somewhere in the South that's warmer. I'm
Right.
not going, and that I can live on my Social Security. I may have to take a little government assistance, which I don't want to do. I just lost your camera. What happened there, Danny?
Oh shit.
The light's gone. You're in the dark. I mean, you're still there, but I just got a blank screen. It's black.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Ah, dang! I hit something and well, I'm trying this on my phone and I hit something and I shouldn't have
But
hit.
you might have turned it around
But-
toward. There's a little symbol.
Or
Kinda
yeah, the
like-
camera button on the very bottom next to to the microphone.
Ah, dang.
No. No, see that ain't it. Because see, and I pressed that camera button, so just a circle in the middle.
But
So that ain't it. So he must have done something else.
yeah.
I was thinking it was that button, but I guess not.
Maybe he turned his camera off and not his mic.
No, but if you turn the camera off, then you would see a little circle like mine right there.
Well,
Where you see a circle. Do you see a circle in the middle of the screen? For me?
yeah, I
see, I
see.
can-
Mine just brings my picture up.
Yeah, because you have the picture set up as your, I guess, default.
Yeah, it's called the.
I forgot what you called it.
I know, but I'm just trying to. They got a term for it. I can't think.
Yeah,
of it.
it's same
It's
with
like
the
a Google figure, but it's not.
same with the like it work where you got all these programs that you can put a picture in every single damn program.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he might have done, but I guess not.
No, because he doesn't have the circle.
No.
Because that's blank if you don't put one there. Like
Yeah,
I
it's,
said, mine brings up just a picture of me.
Yeah,
From
because
my
that's what you
old
got.
days when I did it on my laptop, I mean my desktop. That's
Yeah,
where
but
that
you-
picture's from.
You had that that set up already.
Yeah, I had that set up on my desktop, and so it's got me wearing the headphone.
Yeah.
Which I haven't used those, and I couldn't tell you how long. And so, and now on here, I don't use any. I don't use anything. It automatically works on the laptop. But I have to turn my cell phones, the volume down on the cell phones. Now, is Irene going to meet you and your mom at the airport or not, Danny? Danny,
I
you
don't know
still
if
there?
I don't know if he's still with us or not. There's no audio coming.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, why don't you drop down and come back up and see if that takes care of it? If
You might
can
want
hear me,
to.
Danny, if you can. All right, there he is. He's all right.
Am I back?
Yeah,
Yep.
you're back.
Ah, damn.
Did you drop down and come back up? Because it was once you came back up, the blank picture went away.
Right.
So, did you ever figure out what you did?
No, I just closed everything out and then just
Right
found
back up.
your
Okay. Yeah.
found your live stream and signed back in again.
There you go. That's all. Sometimes that's what takes care of it. But
Yeah,
now, I got to ask Tim something here real quick. Now, you said the bus terminal is only about 15 minutes from the Clark Airport, but how long is it bus ride to Manila? How long is that ride? Because I know it's a few hours. Man, I must have cut myself when I was shaving.
I think Tim, he'd probably take a Victory liner to Cubao. But there's a whole bunch of different buses there. But the one that I took was a Victory liner, and then
Well,
takes me to Cuba.
one problem and it's the same thing here in the States, don't get me wrong. One of the problems I find with the taking the bus, they stop in every little town. You know,
They stop in every block if somebody wants to get dropped off.
yeah. But I'm just saying though, so you don't know how long it's really going to take because it depends on how many people get on and off and how often they do it. Because you could have a bunch get off at one stop, that wouldn't be so bad. But like you said, if they're stopping every, let's say, 10 minutes to let somebody on or somebody off,
Yeah,
I don't know. I might just, like I said, fly into Manila when I go to Manila.
Filipino buses are like Mexico.
Yeah.
If you want to get dropped off here or there, get on board, they'll stop and pick you up or drop you off. Is that my headset, my microphone making all that noise?
Not right now. There was some noise being made.
That's
It's sort of like the
trying to move chairs around.
Well,
no,
yeah,
like
no, he's
like
moving
if
chairs. That could be
Okay.
the noise. I'm sure.
no, I hear like the microphone. You know when you put it on your shirt and it's rubbing against the
No,
The
I don't
fabric
hear
is-
that.
okay.
But
Yeah, because I got the microphone separate.
I took the bus from. I was actually in Iowa City, Iowa. My cousin lived right outside of Iowa City, in a place called West Branch. And I took the bus from there back to Terre Haute before I went in the Navy. And that's a normal by car, counting your stops, the breaks, was maybe 6 hours. It took me over 11 hours by bus.
Gee.
Because you
Damn.
stopped at every little town, and then some of the towns you had a little longer break than others, and I even had to change. I think I had to change bus once, and but it was okay. I mean, I didn't mind it. Jim says he's not sure about the bus time to Manila. Yeah, it's probably going to be longer than I'd want to take. A train would be different. It'd be more comfortable. Never get the train. They're talking about building a train from Clark to Manila. I would take the train.
Yeah, I heard that train, but I think it's like in 2028 or somewhere like that.
Yeah, like I said, it's not ready yet. But if it
No.
was, I would take it.
It goes from I think it goes from Pangasinan all the way to Calamba in Laguna. Something like that.
It would still stop quite a bit, but the thing is, they're not going to be stopping in between stops.
Yeah, no, because not every
They're not going to
it won't have a
side of the railroad track going, "Hey, pick me up."
yeah, because it won't have the
They're getting ran over.
yeah.
Just like I said, now they may stop in every little town. I don't know, but they're not going to stop along the road.
Nope.
And and like I said, it'd be a little more comfortable because it's going to be a lot newer. It's going to be so that I might be willing to do, but I'd probably just fly. I know people can take the ferry from Cebu to Manila, but that's about a full day. That's about 24 hours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would take a minute.
Yeah. It takes you, because I'm not sure. They probably stop some places too. I don't know if they go straight through. They might, but that's quite a ways to go from Cebu to Manila. And they're not going to be going high speed. I mean, they might be a fast ferry, but it's not going to be super fast.
Right.
You'd have to go get a. For me, I'd have to get a cabin if I was going that way. I'd have to because I would have to have a place where I could plug in my CPAP and get some sleep. And I wouldn't want to do that out in the Bay Area, the sleeping Bay Area. I'd want the private cabin.
So you got 16 days left working, Larry?
Yeah, 16 more working days.
Wow.
I work 4 days a week, so I got 4 more weeks. And
that's awesome.
I'm working 1 day into the next pay period because our pay period ends on Thursdays. But I'm going to go ahead and work that Friday. And then I'm going to take my vacation. And they already know that's what I'm doing. I'm going to work up to that Friday. Then I'm taking all my vacation. My last work day is April 10th. I don't know. I'm not sure how many. Right now, I'm still, because I build up more hours,
PTO?
Each pay period, actually.
Right.
Build up an hour or two here and there. So I know I got I'd say at least 30 hours counting the day I work. I work 10-hour days. But I may have 40 hours or more by the time I get there. I just haven't checked here recently.
If you got PTO left over, do they cash it out or?
Well, I'm just going to take it at the end, and they'll just pay it out like I'm still working.
Oh, okay.
And so I'll just get another paycheck after I'll get 2 more paychecks after I quit working. And because, like I said, Thursdays, because we get paid the week after. They hold it a week.
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday's the last day. So the next Thursday, I get paid for that last full week I work. And then the week after that, I'll get paid for that Friday plus my vacation time. And, so that takes me up to about let's see. About the 22nd to 29th, I'll get somewhere in there. Will be my last work check. I quit working on the 10th. So,
yeah, I cashed in a bunch of my PTO. I had
that's what I'm doing. Whatever I got left is getting cashed in, but they'll just give it to me at the end of it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Whether they give it to me, they'll give it to me on the paycheck, as a paycheck. Just like I took vacation,
I had like maybe 120 hours or so. I cashed in.
I don't have that much because, in August I had to take some more time off than I normally would. This last August because I had 2 sisters pass away 2 days apart, and so I wouldn't have took that time off. So there was, I'm not sure how many hours I took there, but I took at least 3 days each time, I think.
Right.
And we don't get pay for that. We can take it with or without pay. It's not automatically paid. So I took it with pay.
Right.
But Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, I lost my two older sisters 2 days apart.
Mm.
And my older sister went first. And, well, I took that back. It was my second to the oldest sister went first. Because when they called, no, my older sister went first. That's right. And when they called me, I thought they were calling me about my second to the oldest sister because she was having heart trouble. She had a stroke. And she was wearing a heart monitor and all that.
Right.
And so when they called me, that's who I thought they were calling about. You know, I thought, oh, something happened to Ruth Ann.
Hmm.
And they said, no, Wanda passed away last night. You know, they took her, I guess she was on some kind of life support. She didn't want to be on that, so they took it off. Almost instantly she went.
Right.
And then, like I said, 2 days later, the sister I thought would go is the one that went. And so I went from having 4 sisters that week to 2 sisters within 1 week. So I still got the 2 sisters, one older and one younger. They both live in Indiana, so I'm going to go back home and visit with them after I retire sometime. And I got to take care of all this stuff here in April.
Yeah, it gets kind of stressful trying to.
Well, like I
find
said,
everything.
I had one suitcase already. I'm going to take 3 suitcases, 2 check-throughs and one carry-on. And I already had one packed, and it's right up to about 50 pounds. And I decided to take a second one. So I'm going to take some weight out of that one,
Right.
put it in the other one to loosen, make it a little easier for me to handle. I mean, I can lift the 50. Man, I'm not in good shape anymore as far as physical strength. I don't lift, because my job, I don't lift weights anymore. I mean, when I was working, I used to move a lot of weight, you know.
Right.
But I haven't done that in years, and I don't lift weights, and so it's getting tougher. I can still pick up a decent amount of weight, but I can still, like I said, I can still lift the 50 pounds. It's tough for me, and especially if I have to. Now I don't have to lift that into a bin because it's going to be checked through. But if I try to lift that up into a storage bin, and I can get it up to around my waist or so, but after that, it's going to be hurting to get it up over my shoulders anymore.
Yeah, I think what's tough is once you leave the airport, that's when it gets rough because I carry a large suitcase and a middle sized one, and then a carry on, and man, it's hard to sit there and try and balance all 3 of those damn things.
I got a strap that you can wrap around a couple of them, and put them together. That came with it.
Right.
So I can do the 2 fairly easy, maybe put all 3 together. But the nice thing about it is the hotel I'm staying at in Lapu,
Right.
which is not far from the Cebu Mactan Airport.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pick me up.
Oh, that's good.
They have airport shuttle. They'll take you to it or pick you up from it. I had to get a WhatsApp.
Oh, WhatsApp.
Yeah, I had to get a WhatsApp so they could get a hold of me when I land. And I had to give them my WhatsApp number, which is my phone number. That's all your WhatsApp number is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I signed up for WhatsApp, got it.
Yeah, at least at the airport.
I sent them a message, let them know that I had it and what the number is, because they asked for it. That's why I did it. And because they told me what the guy's name was going to be, but they wanted to know how they could get a hold of me.
Right.
And I'm only staying at that hotel for 2 days, and then I'm going to one in Cebu City itself, and I got 8 days there. I thought about extending it, but I couldn't do that through the app. Once I get there, I can extend it. It'll cost me a little more if I need to.
Right.
I want to start looking for a long term, because I do plan on staying in Cebu minimum 6 months.
Yeah, I've been watching. I've been watching some YouTube guys that are over there, and they're in Cebu,
Yeah,
and they found some really nice ones. Kind of in a central location, kind of close to everything. You know, not over in the IT park, but in another area that's really
yeah,
nice.
that's supposed to be close. I know that's what I'm looking for, something
was
like
a-
that.
It was a nice furnished studio apartment. And this guy was paying like, I think $520 a month, and
Well,
it was super.
you can live in IT for $520 a month. You can live in the business park or IT park, either one, for that kind
Right.
of money for a studio.
Right.
But you can find it something outside of there for about 400 or less.
Right. Oh yeah.
And that
Yeah.
$100 is I'd rather have that $100 in my pocket.
Right. Oh yeah.
And if I can find it, what I would love to find is a place that I can just pay with my card every month. You don't have to pay cash.
All right.
Use like my bank card or my credit card, and just each month.
Have you set up a way to send money to yourself yet?
Yes and no. I have PayPal, but I also have. I got the USAA Federal Savings Bank, and I got another bank account, and both of them, neither one of them charge international fees for using their card out of country.
Well, that's
And
good.
USAA, which is the one I plan on using the most, USAA Federal Savings Bank, they reimburse. I'm not sure exactly how much, but they reimburse the ATM fees so much every month if for out of market or out of network.
Oh, okay.
And if you know what USAA Federal Savings Bank is, I'm sure they deal with a lot of people in the Philippines.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's military, you know.
Right.
And so, I know they do have a branch in the Philippines somewhere. I don't know if that's in Clark area or if that's in Subic Bay. It's probably one of the places that used to have a base.
Right.
And but I can use an ATM that's not in their network, and I'll get reimbursed. Now, my other bank account, I think, charges me $1, if that. But I mean that's when all my money is going into, and I'll transfer that money into the USAA Savings Bank, so I can keep 2 separate accounts, and whatever I don't need each month will stay in the Bank of America to build up a savings. I'll have a savings in there to begin with. And I got so much money in my Federal Savings Bank to start off with. I can go a couple months without drawing any money from my Bank of America unless I run into problems. All right.
All right.
I could probably go 3 months and without too much trouble. Now, it might be a little less because it depends on how much it costs me to set things up, but I can go at least 2 months, without ever touching the other money. We can build that up more because that's where my Social Security is going.
All right.
And I plan on living on less than my Social Security, which I can do. But there may be months where I'll have to take more out. I plan on having using about a third, trying to save about a third of what I got coming in. All right. But I really don't care if I save that much. If I can save only half of that much each month, the other half, when I say save, I mean, we lost Jerry. Hey, Jerry, I'm sorry. If you want to come back up, come back up. But what I want to do with the money that I'm trying to save is like half of it once in a while, maybe use it to take a nice trip, and then still save the other half. Now, I don't have to go through a lot of the stuff that some people do because I'm over 70. Over
I don't,
70.
can you hear me, Larry?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, but you can't hear me.
I'm like, as soon as that one guy left, I can't hear you anymore.
I can hear you. Jerry said he dropped off. Good night, Tim. Have a great
And
day.
I got my microphone on,
I said,
and you can hear me, but I can't hear you. I don't understand that.
yeah. I'll tell you what. No.
Yeah, it might be just me, Larry. I don't know. I'm afraid to push anything on here because if I start pushing icons and all that stuff, then I'll disappear again.
I just said drop down again and come back up. Down, up.
Yeah, my volume on my phone's all the way up.
I hear you. I hear you. No problem.
Huh.
But so yeah,
That's
like
weird.
I said, I have the money I need to get
I'll
myself
turn
set
the
up.
microphone off and turn it back on.
Yeah, did that help? Can you still hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I still can't hear you, Larry.
All right.
Let me hit the video
I can
icon
see
here. I'll probably disappear for a second.
All right.
Wait a minute.
No, Jerry.
It's giving me options here. I don't want to mess
It's
with that.
his. He's having trouble with his, and he just said it happened when you dropped down.
There.
You didn't do anything.
You can probably still hear me, but you can't see me.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Larry.
I don't either. Like I said, I left a
Let me
message.
hit something down here.
Let's see if I got a pen here. Give me a moment. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see.
Drop down and come back up.
Yeah, try that.
All right, I'll disconnect again.
Come on, Danny. Well, like I said, though, I'm going to try to live on less than my income so I can save money for emergencies. As an expat, you got to have that money because, well, medical here in the States, we have Medicare and we can get help when we need it. But that's not the case in the Philippines. We got to be able to pay. And so that's why I said my savings is going to be my emergency money if I have to go to the hospital so I can pay my bills. And if something really happens that I got to come back to the States, I can pay for my plane ticket and come back. So I need to build that up. I'll have quite a bit. For me, it'll be quite a bit when I start off. but I want to keep it that way. So I got to be careful to live within my means. And so, like I said, I want to take 2/3 of my income and make that my monthly budget. When I say monthly budget, I mean my rent, my utilities, my internet, my phone, my food bill, and when I say food bill, it's also going out to eat, all the money I spend on food and traveling around local. Then the other part is for travel outside of the local area. Now, if I can't do that, all right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. But like
Yeah.
I said, no, I want to live on 2/3 and make that where that pays for my utilities, my rent, my phone bills, my internet, my grocery bills, and the local travel, like going maybe to Tapa Cebu, going to the Magellan Cross, and things that, within like a day trip, day trip things. Then the other money, which would be another, instead of 1/3, it'd be like 1/6. I want to use that for like when I travel to go see you guys, or I go to somewhere else, my bigger travels. And then I still save 1/6 of my money every month. Which, well, compared to a Filipino budget, it's a good sized chunk. Compared to our budget, no. It's a nice chunk, but it's not. There's people that live in the Philippines, and you know it, that have $3,000 or $4,000 a month coming in. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not even. I wish I was, because then I wouldn't be worried about money as much. But matter of fact, if you have $4,000 a month, you can find a place here in the States to live.
Right.
Maybe not where I'm at. I can live here where I'm at on $4,000 a month.
Right.
All right. I'm not saying I'm going to be great with retirement, because now you're sitting around. You need more things to do.
True.
But I can do it. There's a lot of places I can move to away from here that I can have a comfortable life on $4,000 a month. Not in New York State,
Right.
Forget that. But I can do it in Indiana.
Yeah, $4,000. That'll get you a studio apartment in New York.
No. My apartment didn't cost me that much, and I got a 1-bedroom. But like I said, though, after you pay for your apartment, buy your groceries, pay for your car and car insurance, pay for your utilities and your phone and your internet, you took one hell of a chunk of change out of that $4,000. And I will lose, when I quit working, I will lose over half my income. Because I have my Social Security Plus working full time. I'll lose all the money I get making full time. That money's gone as soon as I quit working. So all I'll have is my Social Security, and that's not even half of my income. So that's what I got to live off of. So there are states in the United States where I can move to and live, but how comfortable?
All right.
And I hate winter. I'm tired. I'm tired of cleaning my car off. I'm tired of driving in snow.
Oh, I hear you, Larry. I hear you.
I am just so tired of it. And I don't shovel snow because I live in an apartment.
Right.
But
you got to scrape it off your car, and
you got to drive in it, walk in it,
you got to
and hope the complex has got to the road and the driveways and all that before you go to work.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to miss that either, Larry.
I'm not going to miss that one bit. I did when I was younger. When I was in the Navy, I was out in San Diego, California. Nice, gorgeous weather out there.
Oh yeah.
And I was tired of just sunshine all the time. Almost no rain. I thought, I want a white Christmas. I was about 20 years old. So just after my first Westpac and before my second one. So I go home for Christmas. And a buddy goes with me. As a matter of fact, this buddy married my cousin, but they met through me. But anyway, we go home for Christmas, and it snows. We got like 6 inches to a foot of snow on the ground, which is, that's what I wanted. But my dad didn't have insurance on the car for me driving, so I had to walk and get a ride everywhere. But hey, I was going to get my white Christmas, right? Christmas Eve, it rains. I get up Christmas morning and just little patches of snow here and there. I've been walking for a damn week wanting a white Christmas. Well, as I got up, I looked out there and I said, that's it. I don't care if I ever see snow again. That's it. I'm done with it. And like I said, I was 20 years old. And I haven't cared for snow since,
Well, here in a few weeks, you'll never have to see snow again, Larry.
I hope to, except for on movies.
Matter of fact,
movies and on TV. That'll be it.
You'll never be cold again.
Yeah, the next winter, I was in Yokosuka, Japan. And it gets cold in Yokosuka, Japan, buddy. But we didn't have snow, but it was cold. But yeah, I spent two Christmases in Japan. Both Westpacs I was in Japan for Christmas. And the second one, I was supposed to be in Taiwan, Kaohsiung. But a ship, notice what I'm doing here, a ship broke down in the Philippines. So we had to go to Japan because they couldn't. A lot of us suspected somebody sabotaged it on that ship because they didn't want to go to Japan. We ended up going.
So you're going to be out there in April?
No, I will retire in April. I'll be there in May.
Oh, you'll be there in May. Okay.
I'll get there May 19th at night. Be about 10:05 at night.
Well, it seems like March, April, and May are like the hottest.
Yeah, but I'm going to get there at the end of, in the middle of May, so I won't be there for too much of the hot weather.
Right.
I will be there for it. See, when I was in the Philippines, back when I was in the service, I was there in I know I was there in September, but I want to say I was there before September because I turned 21 in the Philippines.
Oh wow!
My birthday's in September, and so I want to say I was there in August. We left for a while, went to Okinawa, and I came back, and I turned 21 in the Philippines. In Subic Bay. Now, as you know, in the States, when you turn 21, you go to a bar, you get a free drink.
All right.
You don't do that in the Philippines. They don't care. So to do something different for my 21st birthday, well, Subic Bay was a very big military base. And they had horse riding that you can go ride horses on trails. And so we went, me and about 4 of my friends, we went and rode horses that day to celebrate my 21st birthday. Then I went to the club on base and had a T-bone steak dinner. And then I went out and did what I did every night before that and after that. I went out and got drunk.
Well,
the drinking age, I believe in the Philippines, is 18.
Right. I was going to say.
Well, if you were in the Navy, because I had a buddy who joined at 17, they weren't carding you if you were in the military. So you could drink. It was the same thing in San Diego on base. At that time, the on base was 18 was a drinking age, but you could only drink beer. Now, in California, the drinking age was 21. Okay. But if you were in the Navy and you were on base, if you were 17, like my buddy was when he joined, they didn't card him. As long as he ordered beer, the right kind of beer.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, no problem, And so, in effect, the drinking age was 17 in the Navy. And any branch of service, I'm sure they all did it.
Right.
But that was for the beer. Now, if you, for hard liquor, you had to be whatever age the state said. So if you wanted a hard liquor drink, you had to show your ID.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you were under 21, you just didn't do it, you know. Although I did find bars out in town in San Diego that would serve me before I hit 21. But usually what we would do is we'd go down to Tijuana, right across the border from San Diego. And down there they had 3 bars that were pretty much considered American bars, where you had to, if you weren't an American, that you had to be with an American, or they weren't letting you in.
Oh wow!
And you had to pay a certain fee to get in. Well, they were afraid if they let the Mexican men in, or even the women, it could cause trouble. Now, if they were with you, they could come in. That's Mexican male or female. But they didn't want to, because you had a lot of high schoolers and college kids that went down there on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, you know, if you even look close to 18, they didn't give a rat's ass if you were American, they could have served you in those bars. But you paid so much to get in, but that price included a free drink. Okay. And now you could go bar hopping if you want. Because there was a lot of bars that weren't like those 3. And we did go bar hopping some, but you had to pay attention when you walked in, because sometimes you walk into a bar and you get the feeling like this is for locals. They really don't want us here. Let's leave. But there was a lot of bars that were both locals and military, or maybe even high school kids. I don't know.
Or a lot of bars
Most
were
of the high school and college kids went to those 3 bars.
Or a lot of bars were strip joints too.
Well, not those 3. But there were some that way. Same thing when I was in the Navy in the Philippines. There was bars that were strip joints there. Not as many. Not as many, I think, as what there was in San Diego and Tijuana. I can only remember one, but it was a wild place.
Yeah, me and my buddies went in this one bar down there in Tijuana. You think, oh, it's going to be a bar, because the name of the bar was House of Beers. And the minute you walked in there, boom, there's a stage with the girls on it.
Well, I'll tell you, the strangest bar I ever walked into was in Hawaii. And we didn't look at the name of the bar, my buddy Chris and I. And we're walking down the street and we see all these women going into this bar. We thought, let's stop and check it out.
Right.
We walked in, sat down, got a couple beers. We started looking around going, that's a guy. That's a guy. You know, they're looking pretty much like most of them, if not all of them, guys. And there was this really good looking lady boy or whatever, Hawaiian. I thought, well, if that one is, if they all are. And there's only one way to find out. So I walked over, offered to buy a drink. And I'll say she, because, you know, dressed as a female. She looks at me and she goes, do you know what kind of bar you're in? I said, that's what I'm trying to find out. She goes, we all are. I said, thank you. So we did drink, and I went back, sat down, and I said, Chris, they all are. So we just killed our drink, walked out. If we'd have looked at the name of the bar, or at least what was going on that night, we'd have never walked in. It said the world's 10 best women impersonators. That's on the sign. If we'd have looked up and saw that, we would have never walked in. Now, there was a bar that we went to in Hawaii, and we did go to a regular strip joint too. But the one I liked best was in a strip joint. It's called, I want to say, the Plaything or Playroom. The women weren't strippers, but they'd walk around in see-through blouses with no bras. But they weren't strippers. They weren't up on the stage stripping. They just walk around, served your drink, and, you know, it was cool. I mean, so it was and it wasn't too outrageously priced. Wasn't a strip joint. It was outrageous price, man. Hawaii is expensive anyway.
Oh yeah.
And then you do that, it's like
you were paying for that little extra.
Yeah, and it wasn't worth it. Let me tell you, it just wasn't worth it. Not in my opinion. Because what you're doing, you're looking at something you're never going to touch, unless you want to spend a whole lot of cash and she's that kind of girl. You know,
Right.
I just soon look at a girl fully dressed and talk to her. Buy her a drink and knowing I'm not going to get anywhere. That's fine.
Right.
Or just sit there and play pool, which is what we usually did.
Right.
Talk to the girls when they brought you your drinks and stuff. But yeah, no, my bar days are pretty much over. I really don't have the intention of becoming a bar fly or a bar, whatever you call the guys. Girls are bar flies. I'm not sure what you call the guys. Stool junkies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stool
Yeah,
junkies.
you don't want to be one of those guys. All they do is sit around and drink and bitch and complain.
Well, even if you don't bitch and complain, if all you're doing is drinking, you're drinking away your retirement. LV, LV. Yeah, she's one of the female bloggers in the Philippines I follow. I'll probably visit her. She's not too far. Acorn, how you doing? Acorn Society, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming. You know where the tuna capital is? I believe it's on the same island as you guys.
Mindanao?
Yeah, but it's San something or Generals.
Oh, General Santos?
I think that's where she's at. That's the tuna capital, I believe.
Yeah, General Santos is like, it's like the most southernest city there on Mindanao, south of Digo City. I've never been down there.
Yeah. But I could have the name wrong, but tell me, what city do you live in again? Yes, she goes, yes, the tuna capital of the Philippines is where she's at. What's the name of the city again? Like I said, now one of the guys I know, he wants to go visit, will be staying a lot in Cebu. Santos City, yeah. General Santos City.
Oh.
And she goes just an hour away from Digos. Digos, Digos.
Yeah, Digos.
And she says just an hour away from there.
Yeah.
But Chuck.
Well, and we'll be like 45 minutes from Digos, where Irene and I and my mom will be staying.
Yeah. So you'll be about an hour and 45 minutes from where she's at. Okay. But like I said, another guy that follows her, a guy named Chuck. Acorn Society says I'm downside of Tagaytay, or however you pronounce it, Tagaytay.
Tagaytay?
Yeah, Tagaytay. He's about an hour from there. He's downside of that. I don't know how far, but downside of that. But we're going to go. We decided we'll go together and go see Elvie when he's there. He's supposed to get there in Cebu in June, I believe. So
yeah, Irene, we've been to Cebu before. We stayed over on the Mactan, Newtown.
Yeah, Mactan is the name of the island or the area. Mactown is an area that has resorts and places to stay. It's the name of a certain area in Mactan. I'll be in Lapu in Mactan, and then I'll go to Cebu City itself and stay. I want to actually live or set up in Cebu.
Mm-hmm.
How long I'll live in Cebu, I can't tell you. But that's where I want to set up my base of operation. And
well, I'm excited for you, man.
Acorn Society says 20 minutes off the mountain is where he is. 20 minutes off the mountain from there. But the nice thing about the mountain areas, if they're not volcano or volcanic mountains is they're cooler.
That's
Tina
true.
Marie says that's where they're going to be is Lapu Lapu. Tina, which hotel will you be staying at? I'll be staying at Felicia Island Hotel. However you pronounce it. And then I'll be going in Cebu City. I'm going to start off in Suite 18. It'll be the hotel I'm at in Cebu City at first when I'm starting to look for my apartment or my condo or whatever you want to call it. Probably be studio. I don't know if I can afford a 1-bedroom in Cebu. Because like I said, I want to keep my money down on what I spend. If I decide to stay in Cebu for long term, I may look for a 1-bedroom. But I think I'll go with a condo probably when I first get there.
Yeah, I can't
Cost
remember.
less money, a little easier upkeep, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, now when is Jamie getting there? He's getting there pretty soon too, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure when, but he's going to be going out there here pretty soon.
Yeah, I know him and the girls. He said are going to do some traveling.
Yeah, and some about maybe not outside of the Philippines or something.
Yeah, which I don't blame him. You know, especially take the girls out and.
Yeah,
He says cool weather and TGE new BGC of the South. They call it, not me calling it, the government's new label. Well, what I'm looking for is a place with good hospitals, and I know Cebu's got that. I want affordability, and I want a place that I don't feel either overwhelmed or depressed. I want a place. Mertz, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Now, Mertz, I believe you live in Cebu area, right, Mertz? Now, I know Michelle lives in Cebu area. Michelle Lee. And thank you both for coming. I appreciate it.
what are you doing?
Reese is already going to be there for 2 weeks. But yeah, I am truly looking forward to retiring. And that's what right now, like I said, the part about going to the Philippines is a little farther out, so it doesn't get me as excited. The closer I get to my retirement, probably the closer I'll start feeling more excited about going to the Philippines. I'll probably get a little anxious when it gets real close to go because, I'm leaving all my family and my close friends.
Are you selling all your stuff there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting rid of everything. I'll either sell it or give it away. I'm not keeping anything.
Yeah, I think that would be.
Like I said, if I'm not taking it with me, it's gone.
That's one of the stressful parts is trying to get all your stuff out of your apartment or
yeah.
That was stressful for me. Thank God a friend of mine, he's a registered nurse, and he would work in one of the area hospitals, where we were living at, and he actually lived like an hour and a half southeast of where I was living at there in Pleasant Hill, Missouri.
Yeah.
And he would come up and he would stay at my place. He worked night shift. He worked 3 12-hour night shifts in a row.
Yeah.
And he would sleep 2 of those days at my place.
Yeah.
And
hey, Sammy. Hey.
And for letting him stay there, he's like, let me do a favor, for you. And he's like, whatever furniture you don't get rid of, sell or whatever. He said, I'll bring my truck and my flatbed, and we'll just load that sucker up, and I'll take it all the stuff down to my place. And he's like, I'll sell it for you, and then I'll wire the money over to the Philippines for you.
Yeah. And Danny, Sammy says hi.
Oh, hey, Sammy.
He goes, hello, host and handsome co-host. Yeah, like I said, the nicest thing I have, or the most expensive things I bought, is my sleeper sofa and my recliner. My recliner's electric, and my
Nice.
sleeper sofa is the kind that doesn't have bars through it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's the more expensive one. I'm going to tell you the truth. I probably should have just bought a regular sofa. I've had it for almost 5 years. No one's ever slept on it. So, I mean, but before, I never had a fully furnished apartment. That was mine. I lived with my nephew. He had a couch, and the chairs, and all that stuff. I had the bed. So the furniture was his. I was living with one of my nephews.
Mm-hmm.
And then other places, it's like, well, I had a bed, a table, some chairs, but I didn't have a couch for people to sit at, a real nice recliner or anything like that, because I lived upstairs in apartments. Now, my oldest sister was born with a curvature of the spine, real bad, so she didn't like climbing stairs. Hey, Mel, thanks for coming. My mother was quite old. She wasn't climbing those stairs. My sister Ruth Ann, who's one of my sisters that passed away, the two oldest, and her, she had MS. Slow moving, but she could walk, but she wasn't climbing those stairs. My sister Alta actually makes me look like I'm healthy, so she wasn't climbing those stairs. And I usually went to my sister's house or my nephew's place when I was living by myself. My nephew would come up and sit on one of my kitchen table chairs. He didn't need a couch or anything.
Right.
My brother-in-law, all he would do is come by, pick me up, and I go down, and we go somewhere. So it was no sense. And I lived there for 15 years. It was like, why do I need, really nice furniture? It's a waste of money when nobody's going to come up.
All right.
So when I moved down here, I thought, by the way, Mel tells you hi, Danny.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
But anyway, when I moved down here, I'm on the first floor. And so I thought, well, somebody may come down and visit. Let's get a little nicer. I got the electric recliner because it fit me better than the others. I would have got a regular recliner if I could have found one that was comfortable. I couldn't. I'm very short-legged. And the girl that was the sales lady, she thought I was being a little silly. And I sat down on the ones that didn't have, where I could adjust it.
Right.
My feet, if I sat back, my feet would be off the floor. I sat in the electric one. I moved everything. The backrest was far forward, and I could sit back and my feet touched the floor. And she goes, "Oh, well, that's why I need this, this chair." And it came in a certain brown. Well, the couch, one of them was a different color. I want to say the couch was different. A different color than they didn't have the brown like this one. So we went through and found the brown that came closest to matching it. And I had them build this one. So I got it later. I got the recliner with I've had it for 5 years already. The couch I've only had about 3 months shorter than that, maybe a little bit more. But that's because I had to match up the color. They had to build it. And they had to deliver it. And so they look almost identical in color. But we really had to look through all the swatches and pick out the right color. And so we were able to do that. And then I got two really good end tables that are not cheap.
All right.
And outside of that, everything else is fairly inexpensive. I got an old dining room table a friend gave me. I got some kitchen tables, chairs that I put together. I bought through Amazon. I got some storage racks and stuff that I bought through Amazon, put together. Now, I do have a coffee table that's about 65 to 70 years old. And I got my TV sitting on top of it. It's still very sturdy. but it's
Well,
very old.
well, I tell you, that's, when I got rid of my recliner, boy, I really missed having that recliner, especially, because my friend Jeff, he came up and he would move out, a lot of my furniture, but not everything, because I was still having to stay there, because I was having to stay and do a walkthrough with the inspection lady or whatever, that I was renting through. So I really couldn't. I still needed something to sit on and something to sleep on while I was still, waiting for all that to happen.
I
Man,
got
man,
a
I tell you.
couple of plastic chairs, those Lifetime chairs. I'll
Well,
keep those if I have to. I mean,
yeah, when I was, all I had left was one of those, like those church chairs, the fold up kind.
yeah, that's what these are. But they're the plastic type. They're called Lifetime. They're supposed to last like a lifetime. They're sturdy plastic chairs.
Yeah,
I
they're
got
all
two
right.
of those.
Yeah, they're nice to sit on temporarily, but if you're
Yeah.
if it's the only thing you have to sit on, that holy moly, that's a pain in the butt, literally.
Put a pillow there and sit on the pillow. Really, that's what I'll do. I'll put a pillow on it.
Yeah, you'll have to do something, but
that'll make it a little more comfortable. I mean,
right. You'll do.
But
you'll figure it out.
Oh yeah. But either that, or I might stay at a friend's place or get a hotel room, because once everything's gone, I'm not staying till the end of the month. Once I get everything out of here, I'm going to have them come in and clean. I'm going to pay some cleaners to come in and clean the place. Then I'm going to do the walkthrough. And my friend is going to let me put down their mailing address for my address.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a new driver's license with their address, and then I'll have all my mail transferred to there. But almost all my bills are online now.
Yeah, mine are too.
Yeah, they're all online. The only things that I'll get would be like my tax return information. Because New York mails you your license, that'll be mailed there. And I may get that before I leave, but I'll come back if I don't. I'm coming back anyway. I'm flying out of Albany. The last thing I'll get rid of is my car. I'll get rid of everything else, but my car will be the last, because I'm going to drive to Indiana, have it to go around, see. I have a lot of cousins in Indiana. Like I said, that's where I'm from originally. My mom's family's there.
Yeah, that was the last thing I got rid of too. And again, fortunately, my friend Jeff, that picked up all my furniture. I stayed at his place the last day that I was in Missouri, and he also bought my car off of me. So, when I left Missouri and I went to go see my sister for several days, and then I came back to Missouri and I stayed at his place. And
well, my friends, her and her husband said something about their daughter may want to buy my car. I don't know if she does or not. I don't care, because if she doesn't, my car is a 21. It's still fairly new. I can sell it back to the dealership, or I can sell it to Carvana.
There you go, Carvana.
And that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if they don't want to buy it, that's fine. I don't care. I told them I didn't care. I'm going to find out what those two places would pay me, and that's all I want. I don't want, they're going to undercut what they would sell it for.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll sell it to them for whatever I can get for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So whatever it is, I'll sell it for that price. Now, Carvana and the dealership will take care of turning the plates in and all that good stuff.
All right.
And then I'll cancel my car insurance, which is only good till the end of May anyway. And I'm not going to be here till the end of May. Well, I had to renew my insurance in March. And March, April, May. I just did 3 months is all I did. March, April, May. Because I had to have it paid for by March 3rd, I think it was.
All right.
So, like I said, it's good till June 3rd. We got all of March, all of April, and all of May. Well, I'll cancel before that. It's just like my renter's insurance. Or here, once I get that turned back into them, I'll let them know, hey, look, I no longer need the renter's insurance either.
Right.
I'll probably wait until do both at the same time. But I had to renew my earner's insurance in February, if I remember. Yeah, February. Because that's when my lease was. But right now I'm going month to month, which costs me more money.
Yeah, that's
But
what
I
I
didn't
did.
want to sign. I didn't want to sign. They wouldn't let me sign a 3-month lease or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I did too at my place. They charged an extra $50 a month. But ironically, I ended up staying there for an entire year, anyways.
I'm getting charged over $100 a month.
Oh shit!
I got over 100 this month, and next month will be another 100 over that or more.
Hmm.
And oh, by the way, that I was going to pay over three. Let's be honest here. I got last month or this month here, it cost me over $400 more than what it did for February. Because of the rent was going to go up anyway.
Mm.
It was going to go up over $300 a month.
Oh
Right.
damn!
And because I didn't sign the lease, it was another $100, a little over $100 on top of that.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So like I said, it'll be another $100 and some next month over this. So by not by staying beyond February, I'm spending that's 400 almost $1,000 more for rent. But I left at the end of February. I'd have saved myself almost $900 and some dollars. But who wants to try to move out during the middle of winter?
Right.
You know? Plus,
Right.
you know, it was just like I could have maybe done it at the end of this month and saved another month. But
So you know them.
but then I would really be pushing things too. Because when I first decided to do this, I had to figure out when I was leaving. And by the time I figured that out, we're already in January.
Right.
You know, so now, and I was trying to put it off about as long as I could, not to get over there, you know, because like I said, I didn't want to move during the winter.
Right.
And so if I went later than the 18th, the flight would have gone up by a few $100 one way. All right. So
Did
and
you get your?
that's if I left on the 19th. A day later would have been $100 to $200 later more. I mean, just leaving one day later. So I pushed it out as far as I could push it.
Did you get your onward ticket?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm thinking about seeing where the cheapest place is to fly. Like whether it be Thailand or Vietnam or Singapore.
Right.
See which way I can get a one-way ticket there, or buy one of those fake onward tickets.
All right.
Because if there's not a big difference between buying a fake one and buying a real one, I don't mind spending $50 or so on a real ticket if I can get it that cheap. And throw that away because my flight wasn't real expensive, you know. And so I'll look into that. I still got to do that. I still got to do the e-travel registration, but you can't do that until you know, damn near leave.
Yeah. 72 hours before you arrive, which basically
Yeah.
that's the day that you're leaving, pretty much almost.
Well, I've been
Or
told
the
you
day
could actually,
before.
I was actually told you could do it there once you got there.
I mean, you could. I mean, it doesn't take that long to do.
That's what I said. I was told that now you have to do it before you enter. I'll do it before I leave. I'm not going to wait till I get there. I might do it in Tokyo because I got it over an hour and some layover there.
Yeah, it's better to do it before you take off. You know, that way you're not rushing around. And
Well, like I said, I'll probably wait till I go to Tokyo and do it there because I got an hour and a half or more there. So I'm not going to have to rush around. It'll help me kill a little bit of time doing it.
right.
I don't want to wait till I get to Cebu itself because they know what time I arrive and they may want to be there about the time I arrive, and you know they may not be happy with me filling that out and making them wait.
Oh, so you're arriving in So you're not catching a connecting flight in Manila or anything?
No, I'm flying straight to Cebu,
Oh, okay, that's good.
right out of Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
And the hotel I'll be staying at is going to pick me up. Now, Mertz, I think I asked you, but I didn't see the answer. You live in Cebu area, right, Mertz? I know Michelle does.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to take a pen with you.
Huh?
Take a pen. A pen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the kind of person who always want to have the pen.
Yeah, the first time I went to the Philippines, I didn't have a pen on me, and that really added a lot of extra stress because,
Yeah.
the few minutes before you land, the stewardess, they start passing out these custom forms you got to fill out,
Okay.
and of course I didn't have a damn pen on me, so I had to wait until we actually landed, and then I had to borrow a pen from one of the other passengers.
Well, I got a shirt. I just bought a shirt, I think. It actually has a pocket for a pin in the shirt sleeve.
Yeah, so take a pen with you because
I will.
that was so
I
damn
got two winter coat, one winter coat, one spring coat. Both of them have two pins in them. I got pins sitting around. As a security guard, we use pins.
Yeah, that was stress that I shouldn't have had to gone through, but I did. But
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because I might not have took one, but I'm so used to having one. But right now, my shirt, I used to put one in my shirt. But I said it every desk I sit at now has pins.
Because imagine you're trying to fill out this form that you never filled out before. A few minutes before we landed, I was able to borrow the pen from one of the other passengers next to me.
And Tim says the e-travel, Danny. Tim says the e-travel only takes a few minutes to do.
Right, but there's this. Well, I wish I had it on me. There's a form that has customs or whatever stuff that you're claiming. If you're claiming.
Oh yeah, you're talking. But I was talking about the e-travel, not the customs.
Yeah.
The customs, they ask how much money you have on you.
Right.
Do you have anything else to declare? I'm taking some stuff in that if you go over a certain weight, it's not allowed. You're only allowed to take let's say about 22 pounds for personal use. I'm taking some of that kind of stuff in. But yeah, I'm not going to take anything that's going to keep me it's like liquids. You've got to keep it under, what is it, 3.5 ounces or less, 3.2 ounces, something like that.
Oh, that's why I always put, stuff like cologne or anything like that. I always put that in my check-in luggage. Because if it's for carry-on, if you put it in your carry-on luggage.
I'm not taking anything liquid over 3. What am I going to take? I'm going to take mouthwash, maybe. Shaving cream I can buy there. I mean, most of that stuff that I would want is liquid, I can buy there.
They don't mind if it's in your check-in luggage. It's your carry-on stuff.
Well, like I said, the only thing I'm going to take that'll be in my carry-on would be the mouthwash if I take it, and that's You can buy those bottles that meet the limit.
Right.
The travel limit, they got those little travel bottles like 3.2 ounces.
Because I found that out when I was coming back from the Philippines the first time. I went to I went to the TSA checkout area, and they said open up all your stuff, and they saw my I had my body spray in there. And I had some perfume that Irene put in there for me, and I was really disappointed that they took her perfume because it was a gift that she had given me. And but you live and learn.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, though, with me, I'm the only liquid, and I'm not even sure if I'll take the mouthwash. There's a good chance I will, but I'm not sure. And I saw on YouTube there's this one lady that does travel vlogs, like what to do, what not to take, what to take on flights and stuff.
Right.
And she was showing, I think it's Crest has a toothbrush for travel, and you don't even need toothpaste. I guess it's in the toothbrush. And she was saying you don't even need water. Well, I may buy if I can find that. I might buy that stuff to take with me. Like the batteries that I'll take. I'm taking some YouTube type, equipment for doing my YouTube channel.
Right.
And like the microphones and the batteries for the I got this DJI camera right here. The batteries for that will be in my carry-on because they say they don't want that in the check-in, the batteries.
Right.
If something goes wrong, you can't get to it in the check-in. If
Yeah,
something goes wrong and it's in
what I
your
heard too.
carry-on,
Mm-hmm.
you can get to it. Now, each
Right.
one of the things I'm taking that's got batteries, it comes in a case that hopefully will keep anything from happening. It's in a secure case.
Right.
And the one will be actually in the camera and the rest will be in a secure case. And the one that's in the camera, I might just carry in my pocket. I don't know if they'll let me. I'll carry it in my pocket. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm just, like I said, I pulled out my luggage. I'm going to go through that tonight or tomorrow, switch things around, get it to where it'll be a little bit better spread out the weight. I'll take about 10 pounds or so out of the one, drop it down to about 40, add that to the other one. Because I don't have a lot more I want to put in the other one that's not my carry-on.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a couple cups I want to try to take with me.
Right.
And I got to make sure I got them well either bubble wrapped or something to keep them from breaking.
Mm-hmm.
One says I got the vocabulary of a well-educated sailor. I want to keep that cup if I can. And another one has my name on it. It says Mr. Larry A. Lee. I got that. I helped with one of the veterans memorials there in Washington, D.C. And I think it was Disabled American Veterans. I sent some money in to help build it, and they sent me that cup.
Cool.
And so I want to try to keep that cup. I have other cups from vacations that I took. I have shot glasses. I don't care about those things. If I was staying here in the States, I'd pack them up and take them wherever I was going.
Right.
I'm not going to take them overseas. I just stuff. You can see behind me, there's a lot of cups right there on that rack behind me,
Mm-hmm.
off over my left shoulder. There's all kinds of cups and stuff up there. And like I have a couple cups up there that says Pinkerton on them. I've had those for damn near 30 years. There was awards, and that was one of the things they gave you, this and something else. Like I made Officer of the Month for, a Security Officer of the Month. I got a plaque, a check, and a cup. Another time they had a big meeting, and I was the best. My uniform looked the best, so I got a cup.
All right.
I've got a cup. I've been the Security Officer of the Month at least 3 times in my career.
Nice.
I either got a plaque and a check, or at least a plaque. But usually a plaque, a check, and here's a bonus check, for doing such a good job.
That's nice, Larry.
But I'm not taking those plaques with me. I'm retired. I don't even have them put up here at the house. I'm taking some pictures. The ones that I don't have the negatives for, I'm taking those. Those are family pictures.
All right.
I may take a cruise book. haven't decided. But we'll see. Like I said, it depends on how much room I have. That's why I got to start packing stuff up that I know I'm not going to need. My carry-on will stay unpacked because that's what I'm going to use when I go see my family. And that will be packed with the stuff that I'll take with me.
All right.
Like the shirts and the shorts and some socks and that kind of stuff. And my shaving kit and all that good, happy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, those are the things I'll take with me that way. And that's why I said that the other stuff's going to be packed up and left at my friend's house in their garage until I'm ready to leave. Because when I come back, they're going to take me to the airport. And I leave at 6, so I want to get to the airport before 4.
All right.
To get checked in without any problems. And so that's what we're going to do. And so, yeah, we're just still getting things figured out. I have all kinds of movies. I'll probably just end up giving to my nephew to sell. I got a DVD player. I'll probably just give it to him or somebody else. It's a Blu-ray player, But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the TV. I'll either give it away or sell it cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't expect to get a lot of money out of my stuff. Like I said, everything's about 5 years old anyway. I mean, it's still in good shape. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But how much do you get for used furniture?
Right. True.
And I just hope I get enough to pay for cleaning the apartment.
Right.
If I get enough out of that to pay, and I not have to pay for cleaning the apartment over that, I'll be happy. Like I got winter coats. As soon as it's about time to leave, there's a donation box here on the apartment complex with shoes and clothing. I got a pair of insulated boots will be going down there pretty soon, and some other shoes and those jackets will go down because I'm not going to need the winter ones.
Oh no! Yeah, I donated a bunch of clothes before I took off.
I'm doing the same thing. I mean, I'm not taking a bunch of long pants. I got 5 pairs of black cargo pants. That's because I wear them for my uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I might take 1 pair, maybe. I got a pair of dress slacks that are black. So I'll probably take those pair. I don't know if I'll take another pair of long pants. So those will all go down there. And
yeah, I
do have other colors. Huh?
Yeah, I got mostly shorts and t-shirts. That's pretty much all I got.
Mine are mostly polos, and there are some dress, but there's that UPF. It's like a SPF.
Oh, SPF. Mm-hmm.
Well, these are shirts that are that way.
Oh wow!
And but they're long sleeve. They're like a polo shirt. One's like got a zipper that's zipped up about a quarter down. The other one's got the polo with the buttons. And then I got a couple that are more like dress shirts. But they're all the ones I'm taking are all going to be a UPF 50. And I got some T-shirts that way. Now the T-shirts will get probably packed up. That's for when you go swimming.
Right.
They're more like swimming shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll pack those up before I go. I mean, they won't go in my carry-on. They won't be in there.
Right. Yeah, that sun gets really hot down there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've had a place on my elbow removed that was casters. I've had some pre-caster spots removed on my hands, my arms, my forehead. So I know by going to the Philippines, I'm going to be exposed to the sun a lot. And so I need to take precautions. Because like I said, my skin is subject to sunburns easy. And I am susceptible to skin cancer if I don't take care of myself.
True. Yeah.
So I will be wearing a lot of hats. I'm thinking about buying a hat that's got that flap in the back.
Mm.
Either that or maybe buying some what they call fishing shirts. They have a hood that you can flip up. So you protect your neck and stuff that way.
All right.
So I'm still looking at that stuff. But
Yeah,
I got a hat that's got the wider brim that I can wear. And it's got the air through thing up here on top.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lightweight stuff that you can wear to help protect your ears and your neck a little bit.
All
I
right.
already have that hat. And then I got some gloves you can put on. They're real light. They're the same thing. They protect you from they're UPF 50 gloves. They're real light gloves. Now those I probably won't wear unless I'm riding a bike. I'm taking them with me. I don't plan on riding a bike. At least not right away. But if I'm driving a bike, your head's out like this in the sun.
Right.
Well, you got those gloves. You put the gloves on. Like I said, I've already had pre-cancer spots removed from my hands. I want the gloves, so I'll be taking those with me. So yeah, I've been thinking about what I need to take to keep myself healthy. Now, one of the things I need to do is during the hottest part of the day, be inside. Be at the mall, be at a movie, be in my apartment, be in a restaurant. From like 11 to 2 or noon to 3, whatever the hottest part of the day is. Try to be where I'm not in the sun. If I can be in a shaded area outside, if there's a breeze blowing, I'll do that. I love the heat. I just don't want to get burned.
Right.
Because of, I loved the sun when I was a kid. I used to ride, not just as a kid, as an adult. I had my very first car when I was 21 was a convertible, 68 Chevelle Super Sport convertible. I'm out in San Diego. That top was down almost all the time. Never wearing a hat, sleeveless shirts a lot, And then I rode motorcycles. Never wore a helmet. Wore sleeveless shirts a lot, riding a motorcycle.
Right.
And then I also had an 85 Ford Mustang convertible. Same thing with it.
Nice.
I love the sun, but it doesn't love me. So, or maybe it loves me too much. I don't know. So, yeah, I got to start taking better. Because I never wore sunscreen. So I got to start taking better care of myself. I'm paying for that mistake now.
Yeah, the last time I was out there, it was July of 2024.
It's been that long since you've been back to the Philippines?
It has been that long.
I knew it'd been a while, but I didn't realize it'd been over a year and a half. Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, man.
As I said, over a year and a half, almost 2.
Yeah.
Man. Well, no wonder Irene's mad at you.
Well, I told her, I said, she asked me, well, when you coming back, and I was like, well, I don't know. But I told her, I said, when I do come back the next time, it's permanent. So
Well, that'll make her happy.
So, yeah. I mean, we went through a long stretch like that before.
Yeah. Well, now your mom will live in that in-law house, right? Downstairs?
Actually, that's probably where Irene and I will be staying at.
So she's going to get the big house, and you're going to be in the in-law.
Right.
Okay. Well, hey, whatever works best.
Yeah, I think that'll work out good.
Okay,
Right.
you got the upstairs. You go upstairs and do stuff, and then you can go on top of. Now, I would put a roof on top of that very top part, just so I could sit out there. Because, like I said, I don't like to get burned. Just so I can sit out there during the day when there's a nice breeze, not worry about getting sunburned, or I can sit up there when it's raining, as long as it's not raining into it, enjoy the weather.
Yeah, I like to have something like a pagoda, like a gazebo type structure up there.
What do they call those? Is it what's the term they use for those? Things?
Pergola?
No, they got the Nipa hut, but they got one that's like a pergola, but they're made out of Nipa.
Hmm. I don't like that.
They put them out in their yards and stuff,
Yeah.
and they got it where they got a roof over it, and they got
Right.
something that you can actually live in.
Oh yeah.
Where they got but
Like
they got some that are just like a pergola
Like a
or
buco
a
house or
gazebo.
something.
They're like a gazebo, but it's a Filipino style.
Right.
There's a name for it. I can't remember it.
Is it buco hut or something?
Hey Tim, what do they call a gazebo there in the Philippines? You know what I'm talking about? If you're still there, I don't know if Tim's still there or not, but yeah, it's a. There's a couple people that have put them in their backyards or their front yards.
Right.
Well, what happened?
Oh, hold on.
I mean, you're still there, just no picture again. There you are. There you are. You're back.
I guess I can't do a Google search. I was going to try to do a Google search, and I guess it won't let me.
Well, hang on. I can do one. What is a gazebo called in the Philippines?
I thought it was like a
Kubo.
Kubo.
Kubo. Kubo.
Bio. Yeah, Kubo.
I got my cell phone, so I can do it because I got the laptop for the, So that's why I can do one. And,
Well, we'll figure out something once they get
I'm
out
gonna
there.
tell you the truth. If I ever rent a house, I'd want a Kubo. I would. I've seen this one guy. He no longer vlogs. I can't even remember the name of the vlog now. But he was retired military, and then he worked another 10 years for the government in Japan. Now his wife's from the Philippines. It's his second wife. They were married, I don't know how many years, but they were married for a while. I had a couple kids. And they went and bought some land off her mother, and they built a house, and he built a chicken run and had some chickens and ducks and some dogs and a Kubo.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it was him, might have been another guy was following, but they put fans in it. Ran electricity to it and had fans hooked up so they could sit out there. If it was really hot, no breeze, turn the fan on and be comfortable. And but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things. Now I don't know if you know Steve from he used to do Philippine expat.
Maybe
He's no longer vlogging. But he lived in Cavite area. Can't remember the name of the city right now. But at his apartment, they had a Kubo they put up, and they set out, and I think they might have had electricity to it. And they put up some gravel or snake, whatever kind of gravel the snakes don't like. They kind of had that put around it to keep the snake, because one time he walked in, there was a snake in there.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, but like I said, I would love to have a Kubo. And there's a couple others I've seen that had them, but I don't know. One guy where he was staying at, they had it, but he didn't put it in. It was kind of like an apartment complex like here, but they had a pool and a Kubo there by the pool. But yeah, like I said, if you got the yard for it, it gives you a chance to get outside in the shade,
Right.
On the hot days, and save some electricity. You're not, in the house with your air conditioning. It takes a lot more electricity than a fan does.
I mean, we got the second floor balcony that we.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go up with that second floor or third floor, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You on that up on the third floor, you could put a Kubo up there if they could get it up to it. because they
Yeah.
usually carry those by hands. So they'd have to figure out a way to lift it up there or
Or,
go up there and build it.
Actually, I'd have them build it right there on site. You
Like I
know.
said, or I'll go up there and build it. But I don't know
Yeah.
how long those things last because they're made, they're made out of nipa, bamboo and nipa. And they do have the one guy I was watching. I'm trying to remember his. Him and his wife, they built a nipa hut to live in, and had it enclosed, and they had a bathroom built onto on the outside of it, and had everything enclosed. While they were building their house, they were living in the nipa hut. And because it was cheaper than renting. Once they got it together, it was cheaper to live there than keep paying rent
All right.
for where at this other place. Plus, they wanted to have it for in-laws and stuff, and friends could stay there once they got the house built. And then they put a pool in, and they could use the bathroom out there when they were using the pool, and still have to go into the house.
All right.
And, so yeah, they did quite a bit with that. But like I said, as a single man, and being a Filipino native, I can't own a house, but I can rent one. And like I said, if I do find a place that I like that I can rent and afford, I would love to put in a kubo if I could. Just because, like I said, I think it would come in handy to sit outside and get out of the house, and get the stink blown off of you. It's like like today, I opened up the door a couple of times. It's in the 30s, lower 30s. I haven't left the house today. One time I looked out, it was snowing. It didn't stick, but it was doing it.
Well, it's nice and warm out here in Tucson.
That's it. Rub it in. I
I'm
got
outside with
65
my
more
shorts.
days, okay? You rub it in for 65 more days. And then I'm in Cebu. So yeah, I really am looking forward to that. So now, what time of the day are you leaving?
Well, we're catching a flight from Tucson to LA to LAX. We leave here at around 5 o'clock. Get there around 6:50, I think.
Yeah, but is that morning or evening?
At night, in the afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
The flight doesn't leave LAX until I think around 11 o'clock at night.
So you got a nice little layover there.
Yeah, I got like a 5-hour layover.
Now, you taking Starlux?
Philippine Airlines.
Okay. See, coming out of Albany, I can't take a Philippine airline. There's none here. So I'm flying United to Chicago, and I'm flying Air Canada from Chicago to Montreal, Air Canada from Montreal to Tokyo, and then, believe it or not, United into Cebu.
Wow.
So I got I leave here at 6. I can't remember what time I get there. But I got about a 45-minute layover in Chicago. And Terminal 1's where I fly into, and Terminal 2, they're right next to each other. They say it's like a 15-minute walk from Terminal 1 to Terminal 2. So I don't have to leave the building.
Good.
And all my luggage is going to be checked through except for my carry-on. So if I have to get checked again, it's just to carry on, to look at it, and I beat feet buggy. I will have my passport on me at all times. I'm not giving that to anybody except for to look at. It's not going in the scanner. It's staying on me. And I'm going to carry one of those sling things, and that's what it's going to be in. It's just going to be in that.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah.
There's like Yeah, there's like a 5-hour layover there in LA.
Yeah.
But, you
Well,
know,
my longest layover is about an hour and 30 minutes or so. An hour and 45 minutes, something like that. And that's in Tokyo.
well, every time I've flown out to LA, you know, I've always, you know, even if I bought, you know, tickets from here, you know, from United States to, you know, all at one time, you know, I always had to check my luggage back in there in LA. You know, they wouldn't transfer my luggage from like United or whatever I was flying, Delta. They wouldn't transfer my luggage to Philippine Airlines.
Yeah.
So that's why I always, you know, that's why I started allowing, you know, like, you know, 5 hours or whatever. So it would give me time to, you know, get my luggage and then.
Well, my understanding
check it
is United and Air Canada are connected. They're kind of like brother, sister. I don't know.
Yeah, they must have some kind of contract or something.
Yeah, that's my understanding. They're connected. So I'll check in that luggage here in Albany, the check-in luggage, and I won't have to touch it again until I get to Cebu.
Well, that's good that you don't have to touch it.
Yeah. So
now the nice thing about, you know, when I, you know, because I catch a connecting flight, you know, when I get to Manila, you know, to go down to Davao.
Yeah.
One of the nice things that they started, you know, after the first time I went down there, is that they transfer the luggage automatically. You know, they're in Manila.
That's good.
Yeah, the first time I went down there, you know, it was the same thing. They wouldn't transfer the luggage.
Well, in a way, in some ways, I can see that because I disagree with it, but I can see it because you came in on international. Now you're going on a local flight,
right?
So, you know, but if you're flying Phil Air both times, it shouldn't matter. You know.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, but yeah, the first time I went out there, you know, it took the airline crew forever to get, you know, to pull the luggage off, you know, the plane and put it on the carousel, so I could, you know, recheck it in.
Yeah, Tim says many airlines are in the same alliance and transfer luggage for you. That's what's happening with United and Air Canada for me.
Yeah, and the first time I went out there, you know, they took such a long time getting, you know, pulling the luggage, you know, and putting on the carousel, that I ended up missing my connecting flight to Davao.
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit.
Well, like I said, I'm going to have everything in my carry-on that I need. So if something happens to my other luggage that I have to wait a day or so, it's not going to cause me any real trouble.
Right.
An inconvenience, but not real trouble. You know?
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. You definitely want to have, you know, like, yeah.
Like I said, that's why I'm going to have my shower kit and all that stuff. And I don't know about you, but since my military days, I usually use shower shoes. In the Philippines, they're called flip-flops or sandals. To me, those are shower shoes.
All right.
Because that's what we used in the Navy. We use those shadas or whatever you call it. That's what we use for shower shoes, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a time period when I didn't use them after I got out, but it's like when I traveled, it's like no, I want. Then I started using them traveling, then I just started using them at home. And so I just use them all the time now. And I have for years. But it just, I got a pair sitting right in my bathtub. Whenever I'm ready to jump in the shower, I just step out of my slippers, step into my shower shoes, take my shower. When I'm drying, I step out of the shower shoes, right into my slippers, finish getting dressed. And I have another pair in my travel bag. So I have 2 pairs of shower shoes, and one I usually take back and forth. So I'll probably put one of them in one of the check-on luggages, so I don't need to take 2 with me. But I'll keep them because they're not cheaper in the States. They're Nikes. I think they're Nikes or Adidas. I can't remember which.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a cheap brand. It's a sturdy brand. So
well, I'll tell you
both of them.
Let me tell you one thing, Larry. And I learned this the hard way the first time I went out there. As far as clothes, make sure. I wear a 2X. I wear 2X size shirts.
Yeah.
And man, I tell you, it was hard to find shirts that would fit me out there.
Well, like I said, I'm taking a bunch of shirts.
Yeah, that yeah. And
If I have to, I can wear those. I can wear those swim shirts for shirts. But
the first time I went out there, I didn't pack enough shirts with me, and so Irene and I, we walk around in the different malls trying to find shirts that would fit me. Man, that was quite challenging.
Tim says, when I fly to Canada, my luggage is waiting for me. I do have to transfer to a small terminal or carry my luggage and then check it in myself. From what I've been told, and I called them, my luggage will be checked all the way through. I don't have to do that except for my carry-on. And I'll double check that because I'm going to see a couple days before I leave. I'm going to call and see if I can what it would cost to upgrade. I was told, you can check them. Sometimes it doesn't cost a lot to upgrade if they have the room. So I'll do that. I don't mind. And I'll also add, because I only did one check on one carry-on besides my CPAP. My CPAP I can take, it doesn't count as anything because it's medical equipment. And, but I will check to get another bag in and get that on there. So I'll have to pay a little extra, probably get that other bag through, but that's less than shipping it. It's like maybe $100 to add an extra bag, I think. Well, that's a lot cheaper than shipping it. So, because I checked on that too. Because I thought, well, if it's not real heavy, we just have it shipped. And it's like, well, how much would 50 pounds and how much? Whoa. And that was going the sea route, not the flying route was way, because I thought, well, what would that cost? I thought I'd check. And no. That is, and the shipping route is way too much and takes too long. And because it's cheaper to pay just to take it with you, so you might as well just pay to take it with you. I mean, it's cheaper.
Right.
And the flying was outrageous to have it flown. You have it leave a few days before you get there about the same time, but that was out. We're talking a few hundred. Hundreds of dollars. We're not talking about 100 or two. We're talking because it was 100. It was a couple hundred to ship it. Flying it was a whole lot more.
Yeah, I helped Mom ship out a bunch of boxes, and she shipped out I think 4 boxes, and it was like, it was a large size box for like $520 for 4 boxes.
That's not bad, but see, there is no place near me. All right. The closest boxes that you can send is in New York City.
Right.
So if I took it down myself to New York City, it would probably cost me less money. Shipping it out of here, where now you got to pay for it to be picked up here. There's a place close to the VA hospital. There's a place over there you can take it to, drop it off. When they ship it down there, well, you're paying for all that. So that adds to the cost of it.
Yeah, I went through this company called Atlas Shippers International.
Yeah, that's another one that's. But like I said, they're not near me either. DHL is the closest. DHL and FedEx are the closest one actually to me. Where I can have them come pick it up and ship it right from here, instead of having to have somebody pick it up and then take it somewhere else to ship out.
Right.
And Hannah, thank you for coming, Hannah. We appreciate it. But yeah, so I'll just go through the inconvenience of taking 2 check-ins and one carry-on, plus my CPAP. I got to do all that, but that's all right. That's something I got to do. That's what I got to do.
Right.
Uh, like I said, I don't want to take a lot of stuff. If I was married like you are, or if I was with a long-term relationship and I could ship it to the house, I would ship more stuff over.
Right. Yeah, your situation is a lot different than
Yeah. But I mean, being a single person, not knowing where I'm going to stay at long term, I know where I'm going to stay at when I get there.
right,
I'm going to stay in
right,
Cebu, but I don't know what. I don't have an apartment set up
right.
or a condo.
That's true.
And so it's like, well, let's just get rid of this stuff. And it's nice to have, but I don't want to be transporting all around the Philippines.
Right.
You know, because if you take it there, then what are you going to do when you get there? And you decide, I want to move to Dumaguete, or I want to move to Davao or Iloilo.
Right.
Now I got to transport all that stuff, pay again to have somebody move it for me.
Right.
And do I have a place big enough to put it up?
Yeah, less is better, Larry. Less is better. Less is more.
Well, I used to, before I moved to this place, I was pretty much, I had more than I thought I did, but I a lot more easier to cut down on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had a real nice TV stand, which I left behind. I didn't want to take it. It was too heavy for me to move by myself, and I moved myself. And I'd done that for years because I had so little stuff. You know, it was. I moved myself one time in my convertible. My bed, everything. I moved everything in my convertible. That's how little I had. I had a chest of drawers, a bed, a TV, clothing. That was about it. I didn't own any other furniture.
Right.
I had a TV. I think I had a TV stand, but that was it. And you know, a few times I moved that way. But this time I actually had a big, heavy-duty TV stand. I had a DVD player. I had a big TV. I had my bed to move. So, you know, I ended up not taking my bed. I left my bed. I bought a new bed down here. And I gave it to my nephew. Here, you want it? Take it. It's nice, comfortable, but, you know, I'd have to rent a van to move it, you know. And I didn't want to rent a van. I had to go to U-Haul, you know. Well, I just left it. I still brought more stuff down here than I ever moved before. You know, it's like, wow. And then I got this furniture. And when I moved myself down here, I said, that's it. I'm never moving myself again.
All right.
Done. And
Yeah,
I'm just glad.
moving pain in the ass, man.
Well, I had a choice between this apartment here and an upstairs apartment in Building 19. And I decided to take the one downstairs because, like I said, I'm moving myself.
Right.
And it was like, you know, yeah, I could probably get it all up there. There's a whole lot more work. Then every time I want to go somewhere, it's up and down those stairs, just like it was at my other apartment that I just left. And it's like, you know, I'm getting to the point where I really don't want to be running up and down, run my laundry down the stairs, run my groceries up the stairs.
All right.
You know, it's just like I'm tired of it. Now, when I get to the Philippines, if I'm up one floor, there's a good chance there'll be times I'll walk up it, but I don't want to live in a building that doesn't have elevators.
Right.
So if I don't feel like it, I can take the elevator. I don't want to be on the first floor, but you know, we'll see. I mean, you know, like I said, I take the stairs now occasionally, you know, more down than up, but I still take them.
Right.
Now, when I was working at Building 11, I'm at 22 now, but when I was at Building 11, I took the stairs down a lot, and I would take the stairs up once in a while. When I go to work, I take the stairs up from the parking garage area to the second floor, and it was a full floor up. I take the stairs up, but after that, I would take the elevator when I was going up, the stairs going down. because I'd go from the second floor up to the 6th floor. So it's like, that's a few more stairs than I really want to take, you know. And but yeah, I when I'm at work, I walk anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 steps. It depends on. Like yesterday, I had to set a lot more than normal. That happens once or twice a week sometimes. Most of the time, I don't set that much. But it is what it is. You know, you do what you got to do. Yeah, Tim, like I said, I would prefer not to use stairs. My knees are getting bad. That's because I don't walk as much as I need to. I need to walk more. That'll strengthen the knees back up because I got away from walking for a while. I used to walk 15 to 20,000 steps a day. And then I hurt my arch on my right foot. I can't walk that much now. And
Well,
so
Larry, I'm going to have
there
to
you
get
go.
off. Yeah, I'm going to have to get off here, Larry.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up, Danny. You have a safe trip on Monday.
Will do.
And let us know how you're doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can't wait, brother. I cannot wait. I am so ready.
Well, hopefully I'll meet you over there in person.
Well, I will go.
Eventually.
Like I said, I do plan on visiting Duval sometime. I'll let you know. I'll let you and Jamie both know when I go,
Cool.
and we can get together. Like I said, Duval is one of the places that I would be willing to consider to live if I don't, But there's places I want to check out besides Duval. Duval's one of them.
All
Like I
right.
said, Ilo is one of them. Dumagetti. I don't know about McClellan, but maybe even McClellan. Some places outside of Manila, but not Manila. I'm not living in Manila. I can't afford that.
All right.
Some places outside of it, maybe. But it'll be mostly got to be close. Like I said, got to have a good hospital close by. And I mean one that's not just, we're open 6 in the morning to 8 in the evening. I want a hospital that's open 24/7 close by. It's that simple. Because you never know when an emergency is going to happen. And the older you get, the better chance that's going to happen. I want a place that got entertainment close by. And I don't mean bars. I mean
All right.
dog parks and stuff like that,
All
All right, hey, take care, man. Thanks for coming up. We appreciate it. I'll be
All right.
shutting down here in a few minutes, then.
All right. I'll see you.
All right, man. Thanks for coming up, Danny. Take care.
Have a good one.
All right, bye. But all right, folks, I've been going over 2 hours talking about much of nothing. But I want to thank everybody for coming, and I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream. And remember now, be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, have fun. Peace, everybody. Take care. Love y'all.